Hey guys, how's it going? It's going to be an interesting video about ignition timing on your saw. I'm going to show you how you can keep track of it, like if you wanted to file a keyway, if you want to measure like 1 degree, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to show you how you can measure that with your mics, keep track of it. And I'm going to show you a little bit of math involved, but there's some good stuff here because I've really got some good results messing with some of the timing and keeping track of it. And I'll go over the benefits of advancing and retarding your timing, okay? Now, I kind of inspired to do this because I seen Dino Joe do a video and he was kind of having a little bit of trouble there, but I've been down that path and I put some thought into this and I'm like, yep, this is the way you got to do this. Might be a learning experience for everybody. Okay, we have here, I have an MS660 crank, we have a 372 crank here, and I got a 372 flywheel. Okay, now what I have here, I trace this flywheel, okay, and I'll show you with math. I'm going to show you, it's easy, not that hard. This here is 3 degrees, okay, but look what happens as you get closer to that center. See how this changes? Okay, so a straight edge here. Trace that line to there, and then I trace that line to there, and you get that. Okay, so I already know this is 117 thousandths on this flywheel, so 117 thousandths down here gets, it's about 3. See how that changes? I'll show you all this, okay? Now, measure your flywheel, okay? These calipers, they were dropped today. Need a new set, but I know that flywheel's 4 inch, 480 thousandths, okay? 4.480, okay? Now what you want to do, you want to find the circumference of this flywheel, okay? So you multiply 3.1415. That's a number I use for pi, but I round it, okay? That's what this is, the measurement in thousandths of an inch around this flywheel, okay? Divide 360 because there's 360 degrees in a circle. 39 thousandths. So if you were to measure out here for 1 degree, is 39 thousandths of an inch. Okay, so if you had your pointer right at this flywheel, 39 thousandths of an inch would be 1 degree. Okay, so you multiply this by what? 3? 3 degrees is 117 thousandths of an inch. Okay, see how that works? Like I said, as you get down in here, this changes. It gets smaller. See the 372 crank here. Okay, now for the keyway end, like if you had a keyway and you were going to I'll show you on a MS660 here. I'll show you. Okay, now to me, I think the more precise way would be to measure down this part instead of out here, because you're going to get a different number from here. Okay, not here. Right there. Saying it's 3/8 of an inch on this part of crank right here at the edge of this key slot. Okay. Okay. 3/8. Like I said, you want to measure this, figure out the circumference of this. So you multiply by 3.1415. That gives you the circumference of this shaft here, and you divide that by 360, okay? Divide by 360, 3,000. So down here, for 1 degree, right here, 1 degree is equal to 3 thousandths of an inch, okay? So if you were to file your keyway, you would, if you wanted to do 1 degree, you'd take 3 thousandths off your keyway. If you wanted to do 2, it would be 6. 3 would be 3. So on and so forth. So we know this, so we'll do 3. That's what it comes up to. It's almost 10 thousandths. But at me, I'd try 9. Okay? So 117 thousandths out here to that shaft on in here is equal to about close to 10. You see how that changes? That's why trying to file like 20 thousandths off your keyway may or may not be a good idea, because let's see, we did 3 here, multiply it by 3, it'd be 6. Wait a minute, I did that wrong. We'll say 0.3. Let me redo it here. 0.375. Wish I had a better calculator here. 5 by 360. Okay. So if you wanted to do, I don't know, well, we do 8. So if you did 8 degrees, 8 degrees would be 26. So if you took, we'll say it'd be 7. Okay, 3 times 7 is 21. So if you took 20 thousandths off your keyway, you would have 7 degrees of timing advance, which might be way, 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 way too much. Okay, see how that works? Interesting. Just for an illustrative purpose, I'm going to show you what happens. Say if you were to measure down here on your crank, I already know what this is. You know what? I already know this is 590 thousandths. Let's show you the difference. Okay, 0.590 times 3 equals, okay, divide that by 360. Okay, 5. You got 5 degrees. So if you were to go down here versus here, you already have discrepancies. So if you start moving your timing a lot, we'll say if you're going to be way, way, way off. Okay, because say if you did, okay, times it by 5, it's 25 thousandths. Okay, see the difference? So if you took 20 thousandths off your key, if you measured it here, versus you're not going to know what's going on. It's going to be you're going to be way off. Okay, makes sense? Let me show you on the MS660 crank. Just that's a popular one. Okay, let's measure out to there. Okay, 475 thousandths. Okay. Okay, like I said, you want to figure out the circumference of this shaft right here times 3.1415. Okay, make sure I messed that up. Let me see if okay, yeah, I did it. That's almost 1.5 inches around this shaft. See how it's starting to change a lot? Divide by 360. So it's telling you, if you measure this part here, for 1 degree, you would take 4 thousandths of an inch. So if you were to have different keyways, that'd be kind of cool. So you have one keyway set for 1 degree advance or retard. File that key. Say this one's 1 degree. So if you were to do 2, we'll say 2. Okay, 2 degrees is this. Okay, 8 thousandths. So you take your another key, file that 8 thousandths, say, okay, put that mark at 2 degrees. Okay, if you wanted to do 3, right, it'd be 12 thousandths. See how it changes? Okay, say if you took times 5, okay, if you took 20 thousandths off that key, you'd be 5 degrees. Okay, see how that works? Interesting stuff there. Hope it gives you guys some food for thought, because 372, I want to discuss the benefits. Now, 372, I guess it depends on how you have the saw built. Like if you have the saw built for power, okay, now if you advance that timing, advance it till it starts popping. What I noticed on mine, it had really, really strong torque. When I had that timing over advanced, it was really really strong on torque. But you really couldn't rev it high unless you pulled on that bar really hard to bring the RPMs down, and it would just cut. And when I retarded the timing, believe it or not, guys, it was pretty close to 2 degrees. Just that wee little bit from here to here, okay, which is 108 thousandths on this tool that I made. That greatly changed the saw. It made it more of a revvy saw. I mean, it has power, but man, it really likes to kick up pretty good on RPM. But I lost that kind of freakish torque that it had. Okay, does that make sense? Like, listen to a Steel 500i. Listen when it hit that, has that noise when it's coming out of the wood. I really can't mimic it. You just listen to it. Same thing with an MS 400. Listen, they almost have those saws maxed out on their timing advance. Okay, it's about as much as they can do on them without having problems. Retarding the timing. Now, if you retard it too much, now what I've experienced, it'll go vroom, vroom, vroom. It's like a rev limiter. It doesn't have enough timing. It's pretty cool, but yeah, it's what happened. So, kind of find a fine balance there. I'm going to try to, on my 372, what I may do, it's running really good. This saw's really running nice now. Put a good bit of time on it. Seems reliable as a clock. Okay, what I might do, I might go just a smidge back. I don't know, I might try to go about maybe here. And because out here, this thing was a torque monster, but it popped like crazy, okay? So I'm going to go maybe a little further, maybe right in here. Not quite 1 degree back. And that should bring my torque up. You have to run a little longer bar on the saw to get it to pull down, but it will cut good. So, I hope that helps you guys. Like I says, if you're going to mess with timing, little wee bits can make big changes. Not, filing the keys. I know I've heard guys say that they just file one. It's it's going to be too confusing. So try my method and see what works for you. Till next time, guys, keep feeling the heat.